So then we moved on to Bethesda, and Bethesda, I thought, did an interesting job in their conference talking about the games that they have been doing, and they're not the big games that we all talk about. We usually discuss as Bethesda, but they're important ones. Doom Eternal, for example, which is coming out, the next Doom game.
And I had said it was going to be Doom 2. This is a Doom sequel.
Yeah.
I'll see if you let me have the point on that one.
It's a Doom sequel. I'll let you have that because it is a Doom sequel. And like they even teased, the guy said, "Do you want to see Hell on Earth?" Well, I just teased it. Like I like the tongue-in-cheek bit of that.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I thought what they showed of it was very Doom. It was very much what we need for this. Bethesda really took care, in my opinion, in regards to their games, in regards to the players, and who speaking to the players in a way that a lot of people try to do, where they're like, we appreciate your community. I think Bethesda did the best job of saying, hey, this game was cool. I'm glad you liked it. I'm gonna give you some more stuff. Like, that's what I loved about Bethesda's conference.
I also really appreciated their restraint. We saw a lot of concepts, a lot of trailers, a lot of ideas about what this thing could be.
Correct.
We got to empathize a little bit with the characters from Fallout 76. We see them in their little closed off enclaves. The guy finds a power armor helmet and he puts it on, and like, so they gave us a lot of the tone of these games without going too far into, this is what you're going to do, this is what the game looks like, this is what the enemies look like. Yeah. And they did a really good job of helping me get excited for the game without overselling it or without spoiling things that I'm going to experience if I choose to buy this game.
Agreed.
And I really appreciated that about their conference.
Yeah, they spent a little bit of time talking about Quake Champions, which they're still trying to get going. It's not my cup of tea. I've played it a little bit at QuakeCon last year. Just not my cup of tea. I know that there's a trial going on, and if you get in on the trial, then you're basically grandfathered in to have the game, which is cool. It's just not my cup of tea. They're trying to get the Overwatch crowd, if you will, but it used to be the Quake crowd, but now is the Overwatch crowd. So I appreciate that they're doing it. They also did the same thing when they talked about the Elder Scrolls Legends card game. So, I mean, they were like, hey, I think we have the best card game, best digital card game. And I said, well, you got Hearthstone to compete with, and Magic the Gathering is coming out with their version. You don't. I'm sorry. You got a long ways to go. And that's okay. Just don't tell me it's the best. Tell me, it's innovative and whatever. It's better than Gwent. I'll tell you that. It's better than Gwent. We also got to see...
Also better than Omaha Poker.
Yes, considerably better than that.
That is awful. We should just all move to Texas Hold'em, and that is poker.
So much better.
Now on.
It's better in many different ways.
Okay, so this next one I was really excited about, and I want to play in a dark room with headphones. Because for those of you who didn't play Prey, there are creatures called mimics, and they're not just treasure chests anymore. Yep. They can be cups, they can be shoes, they can be like almost anything in the environment.
Bananas, whatever it is, a chair.
Yeah, and if it just looks slightly out of place, it might be that somebody stood up too fast and knocked the chair over.
Yeah.
Or it might be about to attack and kill your face. Yes. So they're introducing Prey Moon Crash. It's a roguelike where the environment is regenerated every time you play, and it's 5v1, and they play hide and seek. And you try...
There's different modes.
Oh, the roguelike one is not hide and seek?
Yeah, roguelike's different than hide and seek.
Okay.
Hide and seek is a 5v1.
I think it was 4v1.
4v1 or 5v1, where 4 or 5 people are mimics, and the other person goes in and tries to find the mimics, hide and seek.
That sounds so terrifying.
Moon Crash is a separate one, which is a roguelike, randomly generated, like Bloodborne's Chalice dungeons, but in Prey. Every single time you try to go further and further and further. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. in regards to how they'll do it. Kevin's frozen again, but he'll come back in a second. It's different, but I like that they basically again said, "Hey, we really appreciate you people who are playing our games, and I'm glad you like the thing that we like. We're going to give you this stuff." It's just wonderful to see that. Then they had Wolfenstein 2. Talked about the DLC to Wolfenstein 2, which is Wolfenstein Youngblood, where you play the twins of B.J. Blazkowicz, which twin girls, which is so cool.
I also think it's really interesting because this is further in the Wolfenstein timeline than we've ever gone.
Never gone to the 80s.
Yeah, because it's all the way up to the 1980s in Paris, and I have really enjoyed like the Wolfenstein games. Mm-hmm. They're pretty tough, and I get frustrated pretty easily with first-person shooters that have that level of difficulty. So I haven't played a lot of it, but the tone and the care that they take to show, okay, this is what it could be, and like implementing pop culture into, okay, what would the Nazis do to turn this into propaganda?
Yeah,
that is a really fascinating experiment, if you will, intellectual exercise. Yeah. And I really enjoy seeing where they go with that. So I'm looking forward to this, and also I'm going to play it because twins.
Twins, of course. I thought immediately I texted you immediately about it because I was so excited about it. I love what they're doing with the universe. I did say in my stream, how many Nazis not how many Nazis can you kill? Because I have no problem with that. But like, seriously, how many Nazis are there going to be? Because there's so many that you're killing them. Literally 40 years of killing Nazis at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you'd think that at one point you're like, okay, I've killed a couple million, or I guess hundreds of million. Are they done being Nazis? Or like, did some people reform? Like, how are they able to bring on new people into this faction?
Well, actually, there's a very simple answer to that.
Yeah.
State-sponsored media.
Yeah. When you read off scripts, which is happening right now here. I'm not going to go into a tirade on that, but it's happening right here, right now in America, and it's horrible. So let's move on.
What else is happening right now today in America is Fallout Shelter on Switch and PS4.
I got it right here on my Switch. As soon as they announced it, I was like, I'll do that. Fallout Shelter, again, free. Has microtransactions if you want to play it. I think I spent $5 in the game in total.
Yeah, I after I've played a mobile game for a while, if I'm enjoying myself, I'll be like, yeah, take a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
And that's my policy, and so yeah, I did the same.
3 years. It's been out for 3 years now.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's great.
Quick question. This is Fallout 76 Shelter or just Fallout Shelter?
Fallout Shelter.
Okay.
That's Fallout Shelter.
That game continued to get a lot of love and support after release. Yeah. And so if you played it when it initially came out and then kind of dropped off or whatever, I would encourage you to go back and check it out. It is free on Switch, and I mean, if you don't have a Switch, you want to play it on your phone, you can do that too. But it's
literally everywhere now.
It's just such a fun game.
It's been on Xbox because Bethesda loves Xbox. It's been on mobile. It's now on PlayStation. It's now on Switch. It's everywhere, and it's wonderful. And now we can get to the meat and potatoes of the conference, which was Fallout 76. And I'll be very brief on this, but they talked about Fallout 76 was announced before E3, and everyone was pretty darn accurate as to what it was going to be. They were basically, people were worried that it was going to be like hardcore survival, and by the way, Todd Howard is my favorite because he went out there, he made fun of himself, like repeatedly. He made fun of, everyone's asking where we're going to put Skyrim next, and they did a video with Key from Key and Peele doing Skyrim on Alexa. Like, they were like, you know what? Yeah, we know it's fun, it's a joke. Yeah, whatever. It was so self-aware, and I absolutely loved it. I felt like I was watching a stand-up comedian for gamers, is when Todd Howard came out there. Like,
you were literally watching a stand-up comedian when it went over to the Skyrim thing. By the way, do you know that that's real? And in Alexa?
I know that Alexa does dungeons, but it's not Skyrim dungeons. Yeah.
No. It's Skyrim Dungeons.
It is Skyrim Dungeons? I didn't know.
It is Skyrim Dungeons.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just a
confirmed.
complete bullshit. Okay. So that was funny. I'm not going to do it. But
I'll be honest, that was probably my favorite moment.
yes.
Of E3 so far this year, because that was just great. Because I love that guy, and he gets so into it. Basroda! Clears off the table.
Remember what the doctor told you about eating so much cheese?
Yeah, honey, thanks. Eat all the cheese.
So I loved that. But then they said, all right, this is Fallout 76. And basically, I felt like all of the worries, in my mind, all of the worries from a fanboy of Fallout were mostly dissuaded. He said, you want to play the game by yourself? Yeah, go for it. It has questing. Yeah, because it has questing. And it sounds like, to me, you can play the game by yourself and then bring in people if you want. Very similar to how Diablo works. Yeah. Which I'm happy about. I can play it by myself for the most part. I may, similar to Dark Souls, we may run into, I don't know if we can completely play without any interruption. But either way, they basically said, hey, this is a prequel to Fallout, all the Fallouts, because it's 25 years after the bombs, which I have to look into. It's supposed to be 20 years. I think but they did say 25. You're out in the wasteland and you're rebuilding. The whole idea of the theme is you're rebuilding society. Yeah. No one's been out here for 25 years after the bombs dropped. You're out there, you're rebuilding, literally rebuilding everything. You can build everywhere instead of Fallout 4 where you can only build in certain areas. You can build anywhere and everywhere. You can build with your friends, you can play with your friends, or you can play without. And what they basically showed us here is that the game can be played by yourself. Now, if that means you can get raided or whatever, like Dark Souls, that's still to be determined. But they basically said you're going to be able to explore, you're going to be able to build, quest, and live in similar to other Fallout games. And that reassured me to say they're not making a Rust game, which he even was halfway joking, saying everyone's comparing it to this and this and this, and it's a soft survival game. Yeah. You're not going to lose your character. You're not going to lose your items that you have. I think that your stuff can get destroyed, but no one's going to camp you and loot you. Like, you're going to be okay. Yeah.
I also like the idea of, there were parts when I was playing Fallout 4 that were, really difficult for me because of the way that I had built my character. I like the idea of playing it like a single-player game, but, if I bash my head against this mutant-held station or whatever for a little while, to be like, dude, Patrick, I'm having a hard time with this one. Can you jump into my game and together we'll take out this stronghold? Exactly. And then I go back to my single player game.
Exactly.
That's how I play Dark Souls, and it's awesome. Yeah. Every once in a while I'll be like, okay, this is annoying. Come on, let's kill this gaping dragon.
I hope we can do that.
And then, And that is an excellent way to do co-op that I think will be a lot of fun.
I'm hoping that's the way that they're going to implement it is the way that we're envisioning. It sounds like it is. I didn't hear about crossplay. That's what he said dedicated servers, so I'm assuming crossplay is going to be a thing because he said these are 100% dedicated servers. So if that's the case, it sounds like crossplay may be a thing because I'm probably going to get it on Xbox because 4 people that I know are going to get it on Xbox that play these games considerably, so I know I'll be able to ping them and ask for help. And in addition to Fallout 76, I felt like I was dissuaded. There are people who are still mad about it. Okay, this is still Fallout. They're not doing Rust with Fallout skins. I mean, it's Fallout. And then Todd Howard talked about a new Elder Scrolls game. He said a new game and a franchise that you all have been waiting to hear about or something like that. And he talked about a mobile game. And I was waiting to be mad. I was waiting to be mad about this because he was talking about how excited he was about it. It's a very interesting way to play it. You can play it in portrait mode, which I thought I do not want to play this way. But he was saying, hey, maybe you want to be in the office or drinking coffee with another hand. That was cool. And I waited to be mad about it until he said, it's free. And immediately it all washed away, and I said, okay, they don't really. This is not their. They don't feel like this is their bread and butter. This is not the next Skyrim. This is not the next Elder Scrolls. I'm okay.
And they did briefly talk, just in passing. They said that next year is going to be what's the new one?
Starfield.
Next year is going to be Starfield. The year after that is going to be Elder Scrolls 6.
They didn't straight up say year after, but I think you're right. I think you're pretty darn right. They said our next big game in the future, okay. And then they said, oh yeah, you guys probably want to know about the game after that. And then they announced Elder Scrolls 6. My prediction is finally right. Elder Scrolls 6 was announced. Starfield, I didn't do so well on that. We'll talk about it later. But Starfield, they just showed a very brief trailer, which from the rumors about Starfield is the rumors are that it's like a Fallout-ish game, because that's what Bethesda's really good at, but it's set in space. I can't wait for that. And I think that it was a perfect mic drop to say Elder Scrolls 6, we're working on it. Because I can wait. I just want to know that they know how much I want Elder Scrolls 6.
Absolutely. Oh, and by the way, the mobile game that he was talking about a little while ago is called Elder Scrolls Blades.
So, yes. Sorry, Elder Scrolls Blades. All in all, I thought it was the best. What?
No, I was getting pumped about the next one.
Okay, I was just saying. Overall, I thought it was. It may have not been the best conference, but I feel like it was the conference that was the least pandering to the audience. It was the most knowledgeable and down at the level of the average viewer to say, hey, we're all in this, and not in a pandering way to say, hey, we all like games and this is the stuff we're doing. So I thought they did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, and I really appreciate the charisma of Tom Howard to be able to come out and say, we've made some mistakes. We've listened to you. Here's what we're doing to rectify those mistakes. And here's some stuff that we probably wouldn't have announced, but we know it's something that you're really excited about. We're really excited about it too, but you're going to have to wait. It's coming. We're working on it, but we don't want to bring it to you until it's done. So I really appreciated the fact that they acknowledged a lot of the things that the community's been asking for. Mm-hmm. They said, look, these are the things we're working on. Bethesda has lately been doing we're making a game and here it is. We're making a game and here it is. But there are things that people have been waiting for half a decade that we're really excited about. Yeah. And so he was able to say, okay, in the future, we've got that new IP. Mm-hmm. And then after that, Elder Scrolls 6, we know how important it is to you. It is very important to us. And we will bring it out to you when it's done.
Exactly.
Well, Bethesda done. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I appreciate the fact that they in front of the cameras mm-hmm. at the biggest event, they acknowledged, hey, we know that some of you are upset, but this is what we're doing. This is our plan, and I promise you, we will get to your concerns.
Yep.
I appreciated that genuineness.
No, I agree. I did too.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads. Subscribe over here and click the bell, and that way you'll know about any new videos that we put up, because we put up a lot of gameplay, a lot of stories from games and stuff like that, and gameplay is down here.
Yeah, and you got more editorials and news stuff down here. Check it out.